Hello, my name is Gloria Mantooth, and I am here with Mrs. Barbara Soso, and we're just going to be discussing her husband, Master Sergeant Donald Soso, who spent 22 years in the United States Air Force.
Okay.
This project called the Unsung Heroes Living History Project was created to honor local African American veterans and their families who served in the military and later made Lompoc and Santa Maria area their home, raising their families and strengthening our communities.
Mhm.
We believe military service is not carried by the veteran alone, but also by their spouse and family.
Mhm.
Today, we would like to thank you for sharing for that shared sacrifice by inviting you to tell your part of the story. By recording and preserving these memories, we ensure that future generations know that you were here, that your family served, and that your contributions mattered. This project is sponsored by the Santa Maria Lompoc branch of the NAACP, C4 Lompoc Collective Cultures Creating Change, the Fund for Santa Barbara,
Mhm.
the Shumash Indians,
Okay.
and our 3rd District Santa Barbara County Supervisor Joan Hartman, and many other local organizations.
Okay.
So before we begin, I'd like to ask if you will be signing the waiver granting the Unsung Heroes Living History Project, a 501c3 nonprofit organization, permission to use this interview as outlined in the release. At the conclusion of the interview, this interview will be recorded and later transcribed. So if you will agree, we will proceed.
Okay.
All right. So Mrs. Soso, today I'd like to talk with you about your experience as the spouse of a veteran. There are no right or wrong answers, only your memories, feelings, and reflections.
Mhm.
Please take your time and feel free to share as much or as little as you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Let's begin with life before the military service. How did you and your spouse meet? And what was life like for you before military became a part of your journey?
Okay. We met in California. I was visiting with my roommate. Her parents, they were stationed at Fort Ord, and her parents knew some people on the base. Surprisingly, Donald knew these same people, and we were all invited to, how they like to play cards. Okay, and that's where we met. You know, but I lived in Richmond, Virginia, and I was teaching what 3rd grade. Donald was military, and we just went from there.
Do you remember when your spouse decided to join the military? Was he in the military already?
He was
when you met
already
him?
in the military.
How do you feel about his decision? Did you know how he felt about
I
or
was
his
fine with
reasons
it.
for
Yeah,
joining?
yeah. Donald loved the military. He enjoyed working. He enjoyed the people that he worked with. Very few complaints. There were some, but very few. Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
And so, what did you know about him as a young person before he joined the military? Where he was born, how he grew up?
He told me about all that. Now, before we got married, that's when he had done all the traveling. He had been to summer everywhere, wherever the military took him. Like Africa, Japan. He went to Vietnam 3 times. Oh, gee, I can't even think of all the places, but he went to, so many places.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stationed him in California. That's where I met him.
And so, did he ever tell you anything about his early boot camp days or training days?
Yeah, I don't know. He's it,
I know that was before you met him,
yeah,
so
it was, but it evidently whatever he went through, it was okay.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay. Did do you feel that he was prepared for changes the military life brought, or actually, were you prepared for the military life when you married him?
not really, but it's enjoyable, and you meet so many people. You go lots of different places, and the time that I was with him, uh, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Let's talk about what his life was like in the military and you serving as a spouse. What do you remember about his role or job in the military?
It it kept him busy, and he got, whenever they called him, he had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like in one, I remember one night, I don't know what happened. Must have been somebody must have been in trouble, but they called on, and he had to go to help take care of whatever was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so, what was his trade in the military? Did you know?
Don did so many different things. I know he was like he did in electrical something,
Mm-hmm.
and I know he worked with the missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know he did in his younger days. He did the parades. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he was he did something with the troops. We know from what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And where were you living during that service?
we lived in California, in Lompoc. Mhm.
The whole time.
Mhm.
Okay. How did military life affect your household and your family routines?
It kept me busy because we also had Donald's 2 sons,
Mm-hmm.
and they lived with us.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I when I got here, I didn't work full time. I just really did substitute work,
Mm-hmm.
so I could be home when the kids got home.
All right. Did he talk about people that he served with and build relationships or friendships with?
Yes, and they were basically very positive things.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, maybe the side that was not good. He didn't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. But what he talked about was the positive things, the people he met, and the, the jobs he had, and the things that he did, and he enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What was life like managing family responsibilities while he was away or deployed?
Okay. Well, you learn to be responsible, and that was good. I could handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Do you have letters or photographs from that period that you still treasure while he was deployed? Did he write letters?
Yeah, he wrote letters. He wrote letters, and they somewhere. Okay.
But you
and,
still
and, and,
have
and
them.
and he loved to send cards.
Okay.
Okay.
How many children do you have together?
We just have just two steps, just two sons.
The two sons.
Mm-hmm.
Did he witness or did you witness or experience challenges related to race, fairness, or treatment during his service?
The time that we were together, not really. No more than the usual, whatever, but not nothing. I can be specific about.
Because you spent most of your time at Vandenberg.
Really. Uh-huh.
All right. So where did you find strength or support during difficult times, like when he was away or?
Well, I went to church. I went to Grace Temple.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met lots of nice people.
Yeah.
And we had good neighbors, so wherever we stayed.
Mm-hmm. Right. So after the military, when he retired, what was it like when he returned to civilian life?
It was the same as him being in the military because he worked on base. All he did two different jobs, and I can't tell you what they were, but it was just like still
An
being in the
extension.
military. Because the same people that he worked with in the military, he worked with in his civilian jobs.
Yeah, that was the beauty of Vandenberg, I think, was the space program was coming in, and many just picked
And
up
he knew
right
everybody
from there.
anyway.
Yeah. So, do you think military service had changed him in any ways, or?
I don't know. I think the military helped him because after he retired, he went to Hancock and got his AA degree, and then when he finished that, then he transferred to Laverne and did a bachelor's. But his bachelor's, so the military helped him.
And what did he get the bachelor's in?
In it's the nail on the hall. In psychology.
Okay.
Social work, something like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Okay.
Well, that's close enough.
Okay.
So, what do you feel most proud of about his service?
The fact that it helped him. I don't know what kind of life he had before, joining the military. But the military really helped him too, helped him be the person that he was.
Did we state where he was born and raised?
In Brooklyn, New York. Okay.
And what are you most proud of about your role during his service years?
Oh, I would say the number of people that I've met and relationships that we built and that we still have. And the fact that we still here in Lompoc.
And were there sacrifices you made that people may not always see or recognize being a military spouse?
Oh, I didn't get to see family that often, but other than that, no, it was it has been an enjoyable life. Hmm.
How would you like his service to be remembered?
As as a job that he enjoyed, really. You know, you're gonna always have some complaints about some things, but the fact that he enjoyed being in the military. Hmm.
And what do you hope future generations understand about military families and military spouses?
That it's a good life. Hmm. And you can you can grow, and you can and even increase your education.
And what messages would you want to share with other military spouses, past or present, or future?
I don't. If you have problems or if you need help, you know there's always someone you can talk to or you can connect with. Hmm.
Alright. Well, that concludes the questions that I have. Is there
Okay.
anything that you would like to add or share?
Not really. This has
Hmm.
been interesting.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your story today, Mrs. Soso. Your voice honors not only your spouse's service, but the strength, resilience, and love of military families.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.